Alright, welcome back to another episode of Prophecy of Pendor. And I've decided we're finally gonna actually put together a few troops. Yeah, I think it's time. Not a lot, but I'm thinking it is definitely time to get some. Because even though we have very little money, we can easily make some more. And I'm getting sick and tired of walking around with a really weak force, so we're gonna do it. But on that note, actually, let's try and find a tournament. No, 0 tournaments. Alright. That's fine, it's fine. It's not like we need money anyway. Alright, so to get started, we are actually, on that note, I might get rid of their horses. The old cross check. Maybe. Is it time? No, I'll keep their horses for a while because they're still, most of them are still pretty average with their crossbows. And speaking of, we are going to have crossbowmen. Of course, it was always in the plan, but we're going to start fairly early. Go straight for the old crossbowman army. These guys clearly want to fight us, so we're going to fight them. That's fine. Oh, glory. No, cross check. They can chill there. I don't want them to instantly die. Cross check can charge in, and so can we. I really need some riding. Everyone's so much faster than I am. Okay. Oof. No, throwing weapons are a no. Hey! You leave my guys alone, I just recruited them. And that is the only problem with having troops before you have good healing. They all die. All of them. Well, okay, maybe not all of them. I'm being dramatic, okay? I just got these guys, and it's sad to see them go so quickly, but that's fine. We need a fight, especially if there's no tournaments. We need some gold, so what shall we do? Our hands are tied. Fortunately, it means our weak units get slaughtered. Oh dear, sheep to the slaughter. But again, this is a war-torn land. We can't be too fragile about these things. The average life expectancy in Pendor is about 12, I think, on average for men, 14 for women. Because they're treated equally here, but women are smarter. At least it's surviving anyway. Men can come up with some pretty great things, but then they'll be like, I wonder what we can do with this. And get them all killed. It's fine, it's fine. I'm sure we're fine. Okay. That one crossbowman has been trying to shoot me this whole time. Props to you, mate. You know, persistency is key, right? That's a cool shield. That one right that Magnus. I always forget if it's Magus or Magnus. I think it's Magnus. Yeah, Magnus. He has a really cool shield, and I totally want it. Ooh, well, I just killed him, so I might forget him. Come here. Nope. Thank God I've got a horse that's a bit tankier now. It's so much better. You really suffer before you have one that can actually take a few hits. Really, really suffer. Especially in these early fights, because you really need to like be able to, well, I don't know, I guess you don't have to. You can go straight into having troops, but you'll find it will take very long to advance. Because you need that early renown and loot. It is riskier, much riskier. I don't think we've lost the battle yet, but that's just because I've done this enough. Oh yes, yes. Oh. Okay, nice. Yeah, but none of them want that. Did I give them better ones? Maybe I did. I get like, oh look, I might improve that one as well and give to a companion, because I don't know why they would give those up over another 20, yeah, no way, over another weapon. They're like some of the best weapons in the game by far, if not the best weapon in the game. Could just turn these guys. Yeah, that's fine. We won't only have crossbowmen. We'll just focus on ranged. Okay. What do I wanna? Do I wanna get my writing and stuff up? Oh. No, we will focus on getting this to 6 before we start Callous Gem hunting, which we're pretty close to, so it's actually probably a good time to start building my army. Okay, come on, balance that out. OCD kicks in. All the charisma must be at the same level. Ah, dear. Okay, Julia, you leveled up. Congrats. Okay. They actually probably just don't have a high enough strength to use them. What was Julia doing for me again? Does she have any up here? None. None. Julia, none. What's high for her? Agility. But I have a better looter as it is. Think she's just one of my warriors. Yeah, I think she is. Give more power strike. She'll get more experience because she'll get more kills, etc., etc., etc. Oh, okay, that's alright. You'd rather keep an Eventide sword than even Rusty. These things are boss. But then again, I guess a normal Eventide sword would equate to better. I don't know. Even look at the sell price though. Yeah, no, that's fine. Well, I guess I'll let them auto equip that. I'm definitely keeping this though, but I'm going to upgrade it, and I'll upgrade this one as well. So I'll hang on to that. It's worth it. They're so good. Okay, cool, cool. Oh shit, not that way. 2 of them were killed. The rest were wounded. Chill. Chill. I know Castle. Ooh. They're beating. Oh. Isn't that's one that they start with, so they took it back. Okay. I was gonna say. Usually Ravenstern gets the better of the Fierdsvane, especially early. Okay. Alright, cool. Cool. Whoa. Calm down. Just 8 too. Yeah, that's why. Alright, cool. Travels, thank you. You were super helpful in every way possible. Thank you. Alright, now we're also going to need more food because we're going to be having a bigger army. Jeez, actually, I could even do with some more inventory management if I'm going to keep fighting as much as I am. Okay, so what do we have? Just not much of a selection. Alright, well, I guess we'll get... Yeah, that's fine. We don't have a lot of money right now, but money is obviously... Sorry, I shouldn't say obviously. Honestly, not going to be a big issue later on. We will have so much money, it's not even funny. I don't care, actually, to speak to you. Sorry, good sir. I bid you good day. Okay, let's see. Any tournaments? Squire Ulan? No. Useless. Useless. Our poor troops. Never stood a chance. Oh, we did recruit from there already. Alright. Oh, so rude. Actually, you know what? No, we will fight them. It's fine. I can pretty much take them on my own anyway. It's good to have you back, Rune Bastard Sword. Even if you're chipped, we will repair you. Or just get a better one if we're lucky. Oh, the extra reach, especially on horseback, beautiful. And it just does so much damage. This is like a weak version of it, and I can still just slaughter fools with it. Okay. Oh, beautiful. That's very lucky for us to get to. Very lucky. It's one of the main items I'm looking for when I fight the heretics, to be honest. Cool. Good work. Everyone involved. Cool. Okay, a bit more loot. It's always nice. And more upgrades, more skirmishes. Jeez, everyone's wounded. And I'm 99%. Alright. Everyone sucks. It's good to know. It's good to know. That's fine. They've got to be bad for a while. It's a bit too easy. No challenge, mate. No challenge. Pardon me. Oh, jeez. So, it's been a while since I did my last episode. I've been busy with life and things. Yes, I do have a life, I swear. Sometimes, anyway. So, 5 to 7. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so try and keep them coming out at a half decent speed. But, you know, life, things, bills, etc. You know the drill. Oh shit. They are not friends. No. No sir. Oh, and a snake cult army. Interesting. Interesting. No friends here. No, not even a little bit. Alright. Let's get some Pendle Light Bowmen. And yeah, we're gonna be very archer focused. for quite a long time. The plan is to make the best crossbowman in the land. And because I have not done a crossbowman knighthood order before, and I really want to. I really like the Knights of the Ebony Gauntlet. They're really cool. Sorry, excuse me. And they're kind of the inspiration for this. Like, at the very least, you know, I'd considered pretty much doing any kind of troop already, but once I saw them, that just really cemented the idea. Ahan wants us. Alright. We'll go back to Ahan. I gotta recruit boys anyway. I say boys, although women in Pendor have the same rights. You can't recruit any, I don't think.
Yes.
Not from the base troops anyway. There are special female troops, like I'll show you in a moment an example. Yeah, right, mate. That's just great. How much money do I have? Jeez, that would be pretty much everything I have. Let's not do it now. Like this line of troops, for example, are all female. That's really cool. It's good to, you know, see that. But like from the base troops, I don't think there are any. I think they're either all male or all female. Tear them apart. No, jeez, they're weak. Wait, is that half decent troop in there? No. It's just because they have such an assortment of weapons and armor that it can be hard to tell, like, if there's any mixed in. Also kind of a bad habit not to check before engaging. I am familiar enough that I can realistically get away with it for a lot of this kind of stuff, because I know what to expect from certain parties, and I don't really have to check, but it is a good habit to have. If you're playing this game, especially if you're new to it, just hover over the party. Don't left click or anything, just hover over. It'll tell you exactly what troops they have. Now, if you're incredibly new, you might not know which troops are strong, but most mods for this game and the vanilla and stuff will have a troop tree of some kind that you can check out, and that should give you a good enough idea of generally, at least, of their strengths. It should. Ooh, some food. Very nice. Okay, bread, cheese. Cool. Yeah, like it should give you what items they have, what stats they have, so that you have a really good idea of what troops are strong. So you can look at the names and be like, okay, I don't want to fight that party because they've got, you know, knights, and knights will kill me and everyone I love. Something like that. It's just an example, but yeah, you tend to see the word knight, and it's usually a pretty good indicator of a strong troop. As you can imagine, knights are usually quite strong. Yeah, cool. But that's, of course, a general thing. Not every knight ever is going to be strong. The rogue knights in this are the weakest knights in the game. In this mod, I say the game, but mod is more accurate. But even then, they're still quite strong. So, but these knighthood order knights, oh, they're good. They are very strong. Yeah, this I haven't really covered this. It's a claimant to the throne. So the Fearsvain throne, as you can probably tell by his name and appearance. These are people who believe they should be the rightful ruler of that faction, and you can join them in civil war if you decide. Now, I will civil war with the Empire at one point, because I haven't really done that in this mod, and it looks fun. Looks like it's going to be very hard. As you can imagine, a civil war is not easy, especially as the rebellion, the rebels, I should say, you start off with pretty much nothing. Like yourself, whatever lands you hold, and then the person, the claimant that you're trying to help. You don't start off with any lords on your side. You have to try and convince some to join you if you want them. And yeah, it's not super easy. Alright, my first half decent troop. The Pendor Heavy Bowmen. Pendor units are really good, and we will probably be eventually using them. Which means that we will not have a fully crossbow army, as they use archers as their default ranged unit, but our unique troops will be the expert crossbowmen, so that's fine. Doesn't need to be any particular way with our standard troops. I didn't want to go that immersive with this, only because I really like the Pendor trees, and yeah, I want to stick with that. Cool. Create some more. I still want probably about 60 odd troops. I think will be a safe amount to have without having to worry too much about morale and food and the like. So let's keep hitting up a few more towns. Villages, I should say. I always think of the villages as towns and the towns as cities, but that's not the case. They are technically villages, towns, and castles. Is how they are listed. But I don't know. I've always thought of them as cities. It just seems weird that a town would be well fortified to that extent with walls and a castle for every town. For me, that sounds more like every city would have that and some towns would have that. But that's fine. It's just how I see it. Doesn't really matter. And I probably shouldn't even care. And I mean, when it comes down to it, I don't care, but like, just makes more sense. Our first Empire crossbowman. Very nice. Okay, actually our army, or I don't even know if you'd call it an army, our force of undescribable size is starting to take shape. And we are losing castles to the Deshah. They really benefited from that last buff. Although then again, we're working with stats here, so that patch actually doesn't technically affect those fights, I don't think, unless they bumped the stats to include it. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I'm referring to the recent patch. Oh, we instantly besieged it. The recent patch where cavalry archers were buffed a whole lot. They were also made more expensive. This is specific to this mod, by the way. So I guess if they're more expensive as well... Ooh, jeez, I didn't even see them. We should be fine, but yeah. Be more careful than that. Yeah, so I think statistically, they would be stronger as well. And to explain why I'm talking about the stats, every fight that you're not in is auto-calculated. And they are auto-calculated based on the statistics. So if a team or army or whatever you want to say should statistically win a fight, then they will, essentially. They're auto-calculated. So I don't know, I assume that there's some sort of luck stat as well, so that they're not always going to be exactly one way or exactly another way or whatever. Jeez, they're killing a lot of my troops. Get out of the way. Oh dear. Do you want to die? I'm trying to save you. Yeah, see, this is the only problem with having a bunch of weak units. Not much I can do about it now. They are going to start off weak, and I just have to train them up. But especially with archers, it's actually quite hard until your archers are quite strong. And then when you get to that point, and you've got a real nice archer army that's got strong archers, then you'll be unstoppable. But until that point, expect to lose heaps of them. Which, again, it's fine. We'll add 14 killed, 20 wounded. As, you know, not the best numbers, but like I said, ooh, what was that? Are those bolts? No. I need to keep fighting, and it's worth the losses. Look, you get some free prisoners that can become new archers in my army. Look at that. Luckily for us, farmers and peasant women have a fairly good ranged tree. And you also get to train these guys into better troops from the fight. So, you know, you gotta balance all these out. Pick your fights according to, well, okay. Let me start off by saying never pick a fight unless you think you can win it. There's literally no point. If you're going to lose a fight, you lose too much. Because this game, you can't die in this, so they punish you just by heavy losses through losing. So yeah, just be careful of that. But sometimes there'll be fights where you can win them, but you will lose too much when you win them. So it's not really worth fighting them, even if you're going to win them. A Pyrrhic victory. I think I mentioned that in one of my previous videos. It's victory where, you know, yes, wow, they besieged Ethos, and we just made peace with them. Jeez, that was getting hectic. Where, yes, you do win, but it's not worth the win, the amount of losses that you took. Now, this applies perfectly to warfare, but can apply to pretty much anything, like a race. Maybe you win the race and you snap your legs at the same time. That's definitely not worth it. I think pretty much everyone would agree. I don't care about a race. Got no legs. Dear. But yeah, that's what a Pyrrhic victory is. Ah, yes, good sir. Well met. 3 mid. Oh, they're good, but I really don't want that. It doesn't fit my army, and they're bloody expensive. It's about half the money I have now. Although not that I have fuck all money at the moment. But it's kind of hard to change that without some tournaments or some good land or something happening. Marleon, Ravenson, Cenefall. Alright. Marleon is the closest. We will go there. Okay. That's probably getting late enough that this tournament is the last thing we do in this episode, I'd say. I'll double check the time, but I think it's been long enough that we'd be looking to wrap it up. So, Marleon tournament, and that's it. That's it. Jeez, the time flies when you're playing this game. It's because you have to do so much to get anywhere. Did we seriously just declare? Oh my god. It was Marleon, Cenefall, and Ravenson, wasn't it? I'm not going that far for a tournament. I could really use the money, but or do I just do it and leave my faction? You know what? Fuck them. It's a stupid war. We started it too. I'm just gonna go get some money. Yeah. If they got any problems, then they can take it up with whoever decided that was a good idea to declare war on Sarleon, who's very powerful, might I add. Have not lost any ground and have some of the best lords in the game, and only really lose power because they're in the middle and they end up getting pulled apart quite often. Morgan doesn't even tell you where they're from, and that hasn't happened yet, so they're probably going to wallop us, especially because we just came out of that war not looking too good. Ooh, if we war them, I really want to fight that. That's a unique spawn, but someone just recruited it as a mercenary. The king of the Feardsvane did. And if you're at war with them, you can fight them, and with no relationship penalties, and possibly get a Callous Gem. And that's definitely, oh, we're still making money, nice. And that's definitely something we want to be looking to farm. Callous Gems are incredibly important. probably one of the most important things in this entire mod. In fact, not probably, definitely one of the most important things. Getting enough Colossus gems makes all the difference. Okay, cool, got plenty of food. Alright, cool, tournament, let's do it. Let's get some money, because I am poor as they come right now. 2, 1, and ooh, that did like no damage to me though. 3 damage. You cheeky bugger. I see you, just chilling, shooting people from a distance. Not in my neighborhood, sir. Where I come from, it's considered very rude. Oh jeez, that was a bad thrust. I swear I don't usually hear that. Alright, first round down. Gonna get all the monies. All the monies. Oh dear. I think after this episode, I may do... Ooh, jeez, that hurt. I may do the Ravenston tournament as well. And I'm tossing up whether or not I might record a back-to-back episode, or I might just do it as some farming in between. I haven't done anything in between episodes yet, but dear, that's right, I'm terrible with bows in this playthrough. But I probably will at some point, just because this game is, especially this mod in particular, it's very in-depth. There's so much you can do, and especially on such a difficult mod, you kind of need to do. Like, it's not even just like a choice where you can be like, alright, cool, I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff on this playthrough or another playthrough, I can't be bothered, I'm just gonna chill, whatever. If you want to become powerful, if you want to be like one of the top dogs in this land, you need to get really good relations in the right places. You need plenty of money, like a lot of money, because everything's freaking expensive. You need good armies, like really good armies. You need some good lands, and I aspire to be king of my faction as well. So I'm not even gonna just be a lord. I'm gonna be a king, and with that great power comes, as the saying goes, great responsibility. And it's no joke, being a king is much harder than being a lord, because when you're a lord, you know, you can get by just sort of being friends with your king and friends with, you know, like some of the lords that have good pull in your faction. And who those lords are, usually, unless your faction goes through like, jeez, like a massive power shuffle, doesn't change, generally speaking, that significantly. Now, of course, there are those small percentages where you can get a massive power shuffle. You know, like a whole bunch of lands are lost and new lords get given the good lands or something for various reasons. Whatever, it does happen, it's just rare. It's usually your really strong lords will, to some degree, get favored again, because they have like attributes, you know, stuff about them that makes them, generally speaking, stronger than the other lords. There's like a reason they're already in those positions. Shouldn't run those risks. Not good with throwing. Okay. Oh, God. Oof. Come on. Jeez, I'm so inaccurate. Gotcha. Come on. a bit worried about that fight. I didn't want to say anything, but these guys are quite strong, and this club is not doing me any favors. I'm still kind of weak. Yeah, hero adventurers. So it's like, I don't want to lose all this money I invested into this tournament because I kind of really need it at the moment. Like I said, later on, money is going to be like nothing to us because we're going to have so much of it. We're going to set ourselves up very nicely to be in a very good position for that. But now we have 20k. Alright, cool. And that's going to do it for today. So, hope you enjoyed today's episode. I think I might do a back-to-back one. Yeah. Anyway, see you in the next one.